Hi, this is AJ. I recently watched the first trailer for the new Disney Plus show Star Wars Skeleton Crew, and I just want to give my initial reaction to it. It does look like an interesting idea for a show. You've got four kids who find a spaceship and end up totally lost somewhere else, probably on the other end of the galaxy or something. And at some point, the kids end up teaming up with a Force user played by Jude Law. Well, the kids in the trailer call him a Jedi, but I think they're only calling him that because they don't know what else to call him. But the description of the show just calls him a Force user, which tends to make me think he's just some unaffiliated Force user who probably never even had any formal training. And Jude Law is a hell of an actor, so I do have a feeling he's going to give a good performance in the show. But at no point in the trailer do I see anyone holding a lightsaber. I mean, I see an illustration of someone holding a lightsaber, but I don't see someone actually holding a lightsaber, let alone using one to fight somebody with a lightsaber. Which makes me nervous because I tend to think if they had anything like that in the show, we'd see at least a glimpse of it in the trailer. And there's lots of other stuff happening. I mean, there's spaceships flying around, there's blasters, there's aliens, there's robots, there's all kinds of stuff happening. It just, it would be nice to maybe know there's a lightsaber in there somewhere. And as far as the child actors go, I really only know one of the actors playing the kids. I know Kiera Armstrong from a few things. The thing that I really liked her in was, I forget what season of American Horror Story she was in, but she gave a really good performance on that. So I have a feeling she'll give a good performance here on this show. But the other kids I don't really know, and one of them's not even human. They're playing an alien with like this CGI alien head, and you can't even see his mouth moving when he talks, so it's going to be hard for my brain to get past the fact that it's basically a CGI blob with a voice coming out of it and see him as a real character I can connect with. Something that does give me hope that Star Wars Skeleton Crew is going to turn out to be much better than The Acolyte did is that they got the right people in charge of the show this time. John Watts and Christopher Ford are the guys in charge of Skeleton Crew, and they've done some really great stuff before. They co-wrote, along with some other people, they co-wrote the script for Spider-Man Homecoming, and John Watts directed that, and then John Watts directed Far From Home and No Way Home also. And before the Spider-Man movies, they did a really great movie together. They co-wrote an excellent Kevin Bacon movie called Cop Car that John Watts also directed. So they work well together, and they've made some great stuff together. I'm really just hoping that with Skeleton Crew, they can tell a fun story filled with interesting characters who have motivations that make some kind of sense. Which was really the problem I had with The Acolyte. I mean, I liked the lightsaber fights in The Acolyte, but there was too much about the writing that didn't make any sense and wasn't thought out very well at all. So I'm really hopeful that with John Watts and Christopher Ford in charge of this show, the end result will be something a little more well thought out, a little more well put together. And it doesn't seem to be connected to anything else to do with Star Wars, so really it could be as open-ended as you want it to be, and you could do as many seasons of it as you want to do. I mean, after The Acolyte, I'll take what I can get. I mean, even one good season would be great, but if you manage to put together a really good first season and you build on that, you could end up with a really good show that lasts for several seasons. Such things have been known to happen. Not so much with Star Wars shows, but they have been known to happen. So I'll try to keep my fingers crossed in the meantime, and I'll do a proper review once I've had a chance to actually watch the show. Anyway, thanks for listening. Please like, subscribe, leave a comment, tell a friend, all that kind of stuff. Check out my full reviews over at my Patreon page, patreon.com/here's what I watched. If you have a way to read Kindle stuff, please check out my short stories at the Amazon Kindle store. There's a collection of short stories called Dark Corners of the Mind, a standalone short story called The Clouder, and another standalone story called Three Guesses. Or you can always give me a shout over on Twitter. My handle there is @AJWink. Thanks for listening, stay safe, and see you guys next time.